going to sit on the side of my chair so you can see my back just a little. So my feet are planted on the floor, that's so important. And then I have my knees above my ankles, and I have my back and shoulders in a line. And we're just going to keep our hands on our thighs, and we're just going to roll the pelvis forward so that we arch through the back slightly. And then we roll back to whatever our neutral is, yeah? So we're just moving forwards, and see that the tailbone will go that way as you arch forwards. And then slowly rolling back. And just moving slowly through these two directions, forward and slowly back. And I want you to become aware, and I want you to go slow and soft. I want you to feel the feet. Feel the feet as you go forwards. Just notice the subtle change in pressure as you go forwards onto the ball of the foot. And then as you go backwards, notice how you may be sensing more through the heel. And close your eyes so that you can really feel into this movement. Where is the movement beginning from? And where does it lead you to? So what is initiating the movement? It's coming from your core. And then the next time you come forwards, I want you to just notice what happens through the chest and see if your chin wants to raise slightly. And as you go back, what about adding a little pressure through the hands onto the upper knee, the thigh? And as you go back, just let the head roll forwards and the spine roll further back. You're just coming into your middle back. So don't go into your full range first. Slow it down, slow it down. You can see how slow I'm going. So your eyes are closed. And I want you to visualize your tailbone at the end of your sacrum, your coccyx, and just sense where's the curve of the tailbone as I go back and I round my chin into my chest. And then as I go forwards, can you actually sense into the spine and the curve at the end of your spine as you move? So slow it down. Use the feet, use the hands, and feel you're moving from your core to move all of you. And again, slowly coming up. Breathing in now. Let's notice our breath. And as you exhale, slowly notice the rest of you. So once more, slowly planting the feet on the ground, the hands on the thighs. As you exhale, using the feet and the hands, rounding through the belly and letting the chin drop. Let your shoulders roll and exaggerate forwards a bit and get an upper back stretch. And then as you come forwards, can you use the hips, the hands, the grip of the feet to help you come forwards? Good. And then lastly, we're going to try and find a neutral. Slowly feel into your body and try and feel what feels like neutral. And when you find neutral, you're finding your tailbone, the back of the pelvis, the back of the rib cage. The hands will slide higher onto your thighs. And then I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to breathe in from the feet all the way up to your lower back. Feel how the rib cage may lift and widen. And as you exhale, slowly let the breath go out from the belly. So let's calm down our breath. Breathing in from the belly all the way up. And as you exhale this time, I want you to exhale, and we're going to slide our hands forward. So we slide the hands forward until our elbows come to our thigh. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to rise up. Open the chest if you want, little arch. Exhale, lower down. Nice and slow. Inhale, use your hands, your feet to help you come up. And exhale, also use your hands and your feet to add a little resistance as you come down. And one last one, inhaling up. And then this one, you're going to bring yourself forwards and you're going to bring yourself until you come to your thighs. And you're going to take your right hand and you're going to let your right hand move across your body. So it's resting across your two knees. And then your left hand is going to come to your lower back. And at your lower back, you're just going to inhale, look down at your feet. Exhale, slowly turn from the lower back. And notice how the left hip moves backwards as you turn to look over your back shoulder. And try not to look straight up, try and look on the diagonal of your elbow. So you're not straining in your neck. Notice the hips, how they've moved to accommodate you. Breathe into the lower back. Another 2 breaths. Last one. And on your exhale, slowly the elbow comes down, everything comes down. Good, and that's just simply change sides. So then the elbow is resting on the knees, the other one, the other hand, make it smooth. The other hand comes to your lower back and you breathe in first, looking down. And as you exhale, slowly turning, twisting through the lower back, all the way up to follow the line of your elbow, the diagonal. So you're not looking up to the ceiling. And stay there and have a few breaths, close your eyes. Breathing into your lower back. You might have some clicks and creaks. And on your next inhale, fill and slowly bring your torso back. Take your 2 hands in front. And then if it feels good for you, bring now your chest onto your thighs. And then maybe you can bring your hands down to the floor. Or if not, you can prop your hands, your arms along your thighs and see if you can support your chest with your hands. And just drop the head, nice and slow. So wherever you are, trying to drop forwards. Whether your hands are on your chest and your thighs or on the ground, doesn't matter. Just be comfortable. Drop the head and continue your breathing into your lower back. So breathing in, filling from the base of the abdomen. Exhale, slowly feel that part of your back compress down. Inhale, sense, feel the filling of the lowest point of the rib cage, the lungs, and as you exhale, letting everything go. Close your eyes, do one more, breathing in. It's a really important first thing in the morning to get your breath to the base of the lungs, set you up for a fresh start. And as you exhale, letting go from the lower abdomen. Now, from here, you're going to take your feet slightly apart and take your right hand in between your legs, your other hand, as we did before, to your lower back. Inhale and exhale and see how it is to turn from this point. It might be too much. If it is, you can come back to our first point or come onto the tippy toes or the fingers and press up and slowly turning to your shoulder. Little stretch, breathe in. And exhale, breathe out. Good. And then let's change hands. So you've got the other hand on the floor, other hand at your lower back. Inhale in. And exhale, little twist. Just go to wherever is comfortable. The aim is not to get up to the ceiling. It's just wherever feels good. Just notice what feels good for you. What side do you prefer, or you feel you need to stretch more? And as you exhale, slowly bring everything back. And then one hand up to the knee, the other hand up to the knee, and then drop your head and roll through your spine. Press through your feet. Integrate everything we did before, moving from the core all the way up until you've done a spinal roll to find your horizon, and then again, chin into chest, spinal roll all the way down. Notice what happens on your spinal roll, how the back moves to accommodate the head. And just see, go wherever feels comfortable. So you're looking underneath your chair by the end of it, then press into the feet. Press into the feet, especially if you're feeling any pressure in your back. You want to press down to help you come up. Good. Nice. And then you're coming to your chair, you're sitting up. You're going to take your left hand to the back of the chair and your right hand is going to come to your left knee. You're going to inhale and find this lovely diagonal. So you're inhaling and you're slightly turning and your hand is resting on the back of your chair. And so this time you're looking on the horizon, yeah? So you're twisting from the lower belly to the shoulder, the chin, and then exhale. Feel the slow movement from the lower back begins, the movement turning, and then the middle body, the upper body. Good. And the other side. Inhale, center first. Exhale, bring your hand to your other knee. Other hand to your lower back or to the chair behind you. Inhale forward. And exhale, slowly turning from the lower back, middle back, all the way around. And staying there and having 2 breaths. Keep it soft. Focus on your lower back rather than turning from the upper back. And then as your next exhale comes slowly from the lower back, slowly, slowly rotating out of it. Nice and slow, really important. Good. And then from here, you're going to come up onto the tippy toes of your left foot and then take your foot into the air, take your hands underneath and just give your foot a little bounce up and down. And then let's take the ankle one way and the other way. And then a flex, point, flex, point. Last one, flex. Good. And now see if you can hug your knee into your chest. So with the knee hugged into the chest, can you make a little circle? And the other way. And then you're going to see about crossing your legs. And then cross your legs and come over onto your thighs. And you'll just come into a deeper stretch into the glutes. So a lot of us are working from home right now, so this is a great stretch. When you're working at your desk and you need a break. And then if you want, take your hands to the chair to push down, to curve your spine all the way back up. So we always push down to come up. So push downwards to come up. Good. And then let's do it once more and keep the push downwards and this time lengthen your head and neck further away. So you're coming into a forward bend with a straight back. So push down with the chair and keep yourself forward, hinging, hinging, hinging. If it feels good, and then relax your head to your knees, chin to your knees. And notice where you feel this. It might be coming more up into the mid or the cervical spine as you drop the chin further. And then lastly, press your hands down and uncurl the spine all the way back up. Good. And we're going to do an applied twist. So the hand, like we did before, is on your top knee, which is your left knee, and it slides. And once more, hand to the back of the chair. Inhale up. And just notice how your twist will be different now. Lower body, middle body, upper body, twisting. Find your comfort zone and stay here and have 2 to 3 breaths. Close the eyes. And so we're really bringing fresh breath and space into the abdomen. So again, great to do first thing in the morning before we eat. And then slowly, slowly rotating out of it. Good. And then that knee that you had up, you're just going to hold on to it and give it a cradle and a rock. And keep doing this. Optional is you let the thigh rest there. And if you want, you just hinge forwards, come forward slightly, and you'll feel it straight away again into a different part of the glutes. And just feel this. So I'm just hinging slightly forward. You might be feeling it. And if you're not feeling it, you can come lower. And if you really wanted to, you could also drop your head. But really be honest with yourself, what feels good for you. So we don't want to overstretch, we just want to go what feels rewarding to us for this morning. And breathe and relax. And the more you relax, the more range will be available to your body. Again, it's the breath that's going to create the space. So breathing. And then again, slowly press into wherever you can along the shin and slowly press your sit bones down to bring yourself up safely. That's it. So you want to keep the line of the spine and the space between the vertebrae nice and long. So when we're here, that's lengthened. And we want to keep the length by keeping long, 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 long as we come up rather than staying in that forward position. Now take your leg up, hug it in. Maybe it comes all the way into the armpit and then press it away, press it away, press it away, and then drop. Good. Now, let's slowly come to the other leg. Let's take the knee up and let's give it a little swing, a little circle, the other way, and then a flex and a point, flex, point, flex, point. Good. And then holding onto the knee, little circle in one direction. And the other direction. So if you don't have a chair, you can be doing this and adjusting it for lying on a mat or sitting on the floor. Sometimes it's nice to do on a chair first thing in the morning, and also to give you the option for when you're working at your desk. Take this foot over, cross-legged, and then holding onto the top leg with your opposite arm. Your other hand comes to the back of the chair. Inhale, lift your chest slightly as you inhale, so you've got a little arch. And then as you exhale, turning lower body, middle body, upper body, finding what feels good, and having 2 to 3 breaths. Notice if this side is any easier. Try and keep your chin, your head on top of your shoulders rather than reaching it beyond. Again, bring the breath as deep as you can. If you're feeling your shoulder blade, then maybe you've gone a little bit too far if there's any pain in the upper shoulders or the neck. And then as you exhale, slowly let go of the breath and slowly return all the way to the front. Nice and slow. And then take your hands onto the chair, push your hands down onto the chair and lean forwards, hinge forwards, and then drop your head. And notice on this side where you're feeling it. Try and soften, close your eyes, really relax your body. If you have sciatica, you might be sensitive here. Just go where it feels good. And then I want you to press into the lower foot. Keep the spine soft as you slowly reverse. Press your hands down into the chair. Nice and slow all the way up. And then let's take the knee up. Hold on to the foot and give it a rock and a roll. And then optional, if you want, you can place the foot on the thigh. Find where it's comfortable. Sometimes the the ankle is a pressure point on the thigh and it can be quite intense. So move the ankle, or you can massage your thigh while rolling the ankle along or changing the position of the ankle on the thigh. So your choice, optional extra. Inhale up. Exhale if you want, hinge forwards. Different side, different story. So be mindful of what feels good. Slowly find that point. And once you've lengthened, then you can drop the head if you like. Close the eyes and just be where you are. and be in the inner experience rather than pushing for a position. Be in what you're feeling inside. And again, focus on your breath. Your breath will create the space you need for this movement. And then slowly find your hands in the shin and slowly use your body as an anchor to help bring you all the way up. Breathing in, and then let your legs cross over, and let's notice and see if there's any difference. Inhale in, up. Exhale, take your hand to the back of the chair again and slowly turn your body. You can resist against that front knee if you wish. And 2 breaths. And as you exhale, slowly bring all of the body back. Slow is the aim of the game, so that you feel everything restacking, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming back on top. And then take the legs apart. And now you're going to sit on one side of your chair and on the edge of your chair. So if you're facing the right side, you have your right foot on the ground. Your left foot is going to slide back into a lunge. So as you bring your foot back, just go wherever is comfortable. If the knee drops, that's okay. And if the knee wants to extend as if you're doing a full perfect lunge, you've got the chair. How wonderful is this? So find your length forward. So, and then you've got this lovely stretch through the back heel, and then relax the knee. So we're facing the side. And slowly reach. Feel this long, lovely line. Breathe in and exhale, bend the back knee. And again, inhale, reach. And notice as you reach the line of the heel to the hip, it creates an arch through your spine, your chest opens. And then as you exhale, you drop the knee. Notice how you might be able to round your chin forwards, contract slightly through the abdomen. And again, inhale. And this time, if you want, you can take one hand up, keep the other hand on your thigh to give you some resistance. Press that front foot into the floor as we've done before. Maybe see what feels good, back bend or straight up. And then this time we're going to come forwards and we feel the full length of our body, a beautiful stretch for our lower back. And then from this position, optional, you can take the hand, like we did earlier, onto the thigh, the elbow to the thigh, and you can turn the whole leg so your foot comes slightly to the side. So my knee was facing down and now it faces the side. And now I'm going to reach my hand along with that leg, come all the way up, find this gorgeous diagonal, and then reach. What a great pose. Find the stretch, foot, hip, armpit, fingertip, close the eyes. Breathe in, so we're working through the side of the ribs and the waist. Smile to yourself. And if it's too much of the hand, always can bring the hand down. And then as you exhale, just reverse the hand. And as you reverse the hand, look down to the floor. And you're going to let the hand reach so that that brings you back on top nice and fluidly. Bring that knee back in again. And once more, press back through the foot. Inhale up and exhale. Bring it forward to wherever feels good. And then from here, place your hands onto the chair. And then slowly turn your feet in so that you're sitting wide-legged. And then if your hands go onto the chair, you can go there, or your hands on your thighs, and you're going to go side reach. And again, coming into the gorgeous waist, side body stretch. And if you're facing forwards, what about facing upwards slightly? Notice the change that happens through the side of the pelvis while you're stretching. And then come back and then turn your face down. Reach your hand forward through the center. Slowly change your hands and bring the other side up. Find that reach. Close the eyes. And then as you reach one way, notice that you may be pressing down with the opposite foot to support you. Turn your chest up slightly. Is it easier or harder to breathe on this side? And then turn your chest down. Smile. Let all the good vibes fill you. And then turn your body down. Drop your arm forward slowly until you find the center, both hands on your thighs, and just round. Bring your chin into your chest, round forwards. And then slowly come all the way up. Breathing in, arch through your back, and exhale, find neutral. Close your eyes, one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest, give it a little rub. And lower back, a little rub. And then we're going to turn, we're going to do the other side. So bring yourself to your side position. So you start with the knee dropped. Your hands can be there or on your upper thigh. Reach back with the other side, other leg. So you've got your toes tucked under. So your front foot is pressed into the ground, 90-degree angle from the floor. The back heel is stretching back. And you feel the press of the ball of the foot, the back foot pressing back as you're facing to the other side, reaching and lengthening. And then bring your back slightly into neutral and then bend the knee so that you relax your lower back. And then once more, straighten the leg. Feel this whole journey from your hip to your toes. The whole line of your body. And then once more, bend the knee. Drop the head slightly. And then this time, reach the foot away, stretching it out. Take the same arm as leg up if it feels good. And you can little back bend if you wish, or keep it vertical and reaching up. Find what feels right for you on this side, or else keep the hand on the thigh. So reaching up, if your arm is upwards, wherever it has to reach and lengthen up. And then as you exhale, reach forwards. And then very slowly, you're going to turn the foot to the side, hand comes to the thigh, and then we're going to gradually add the arm if you wish. You don't have to add the arm. So you're stretching from toe to fingertip. It's a different side, different story, so you need to accommodate for the changes between the sides. Slow down, breathe. So the great thing about using the chair is that it's supporting you to get the right angles, the right posture. So there's less risk involved, especially if you're doing this first thing in the morning. So slowly then turn your body downwards, chest down, and then turn your chest upwards if you wish. And then slowly bring it down. And then let that arm circle and reach back away from you. Press into your front foot, and that arm is going to reach back, reach back, reach back to bring you up. And then you're going to let your back knee come back to face the ground, and then inhale, and then last time reaching over, dropping over your leg. So from this position, press your hands into the chair to slowly come up, and then turn the knees forward, coming back into our squat pose. And then once more, inhale up, exhale, slowly come forwards. And now we're just going to move in a circle direction. So we're going to go side, front, side, all the way up. And then side, front, side, all the way up. Slowly bring your legs together. And then inhale, let's add the arms this time. Inhale up, reach up, side, and up. And if you want, you can place a hand in the chair to give you that resistance. That's lovely. And then bring it forward again. And then to the other side, reaching up. So we're really stretching out, twisting and rotating this morning, and slowly coming forwards. And now bring your hands onto your thighs like you might usually do, just so that you're comfortable. Press your elbows into your thighs and rest your head in your hands. So rest your head in your hands. So with your head rested, just give your eyes a rest. Feel the weight of your head. And just breathe. And if you cover your nose and your mouth, it creates a little sauna for your face from all the heat. So whatever you like to do. And on your next 3 exhales, have a sigh. And see how as you sigh, it utilizes all of your rib cage, gets a gorgeous stretch. Your lower back is getting a stretch. And notice how your shoulders drop and fall as you sigh. So there's a lot of benefits to sighing. So I encourage you to sigh more. Don't worry about the consequences. So say it's for your health. And then last one, as you exhale, bring your hands down to your knees and slowly keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed and just come into a seated position. Keep your eyes closed. Rest your palms wherever feels good, whether it's in your lap or cupped together. And just sit. And if you are on a deep chair, then just bring yourself slightly to the edge of the chair so that you can feel that your spine can stay tall. And you can lie down if you wish, but otherwise staying seated. And I just want you to, again, reconnect with your feet. And breathe in and up from your feet, up to the heart, the head. And as you exhale, just slowly let the breath move down your spine, nice and slow, all the way to your tail. And slowly imagine the breath coming up from the feet, the hips, all the way up to the head. And just notice the pulsing sensation of the spine. The highway between your sacrum and your cranium, your skull. You're staying earthed through the soles of your feet. And just breathing soft. And trying to allow that same space that you've created in the body to be experienced in the mind. No effort. And if thoughts come in, no judgment either. Just give yourself time to really settle. Thinking of that pond with all the ripples, just allow the ripples to steady. And resting. And if you like, you can bring One hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, and give it a soft rub. And then rubbing the lower back if that feels nice for you, the hips. So wherever feels good. And so you're well set up for your day to come. Thanks to everybody, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.